Imagine this. Hi, I'm here to tell you a real mystery that's been bugging me. Now, before we get into it, make sure to hit subscribe because if you like mysteries, then this is the channel for you. This mystery comes from an online forum where thousands of stories like these are shared. I travel all over the country searching for the most intriguing ones to share with you guys here. So let's jump right into this week's mystery, The Lost Gamer. It all started when I was about 15 years old. I was an avid player of an online war game and had created my very first account for it when I was around 9. Over the next 6 years, I had done pretty well for myself. I had earned a good amount of premium currency, plenty of rare items, access to exclusive areas, and a good reputation. At the time, this was my entire life. I spent more time on this game than I did in school. One day, I got off the bus after school and went straight to my computer in my room. When I logged onto the game, everything was gone. My account was completely reset, and I was no longer in the exclusive group one mentioned earlier. To make matters worse, my username was available again, and someone had changed my email address. Of course, I immediately sent an email to the game administrators explaining what had happened and begging them to restore my account. But they refused, saying that there was nothing they could do. They said it must have been my fault, because there was no way anyone could hack into their system. As far as I can remember, they didn't even bother to investigate. Now, at first I assumed it was just some jealous kid who wanted my rare items. After all, this game has a pretty big player base. But as the days went on, and I heard more stories of things like this happening to other players, I realized that something was wrong. These other kids were losing their accounts too, and none of them were in any exclusive groups. This wasn't just some guy who wanted some rare items. Someone had somehow managed to infiltrate the game's database and was stealing accounts left and right. A few months after this happened, I read an article about the game. It said that many players were leaving because it was dying, and that there had been a series of major security breaches that resulted in the loss of millions of dollars worth of premium currency. I don't know if they ever caught the person responsible, but I haven't played since. I understand this might sound stupid to some people, but this was my entire life. I had played since I was 9 years old and had built up this amazing world for myself, and just like that, it was gone. I mean, how does something like this happen? I play this game every single day. I never miss a day. I spend so much money on this game. I've spent hours creating my avatar and making friends. I'm not the only one. There are tons of people out there with thousands of hours into this game. What kind of monster just does something like that? And that's when the investigations began. People on the forums began trying to find a pattern to all of this. Was there a certain age group that was being targeted? Was it certain usernames or passwords? No one could come up with anything. Some people even thought maybe it was the creator of the game trying to get rid of loyal players so he could start fresh. That seemed crazy though, considering how much money this person would be losing. I mean, this game makes millions a month. How could anyone justify stealing all of these accounts? Then came the theorists. Some believed that it was a government conspiracy, while others believed it was some kind of paranormal activity. One person claimed that he found a hidden message within the game's code that hinted at a secret society known as the Order of the Hidden Hand. Apparently, this order had infiltrated the company from the inside and was systematically erasing players from the game. Another person believed that it was the work of a hacker collective known as the Anonymous Legion. He claimed that they were targeting the game because it was a symbol of American imperialism. But perhaps the most popular theory was that it was a lost history, a forgotten culture that was being erased from the game. Proponents of this theory pointed to the fact that the game had recently been updated to remove references to ancient Egypt. They believed that the game developers were intentionally removing evidence of this lost history. As the weeks turned into months, people began to lose interest in the mystery. After all, it's not like they were going to bring back our accounts. But every now and then, someone would post a new update to try and keep the mystery alive. In February of 2016, a user posted a link to a video on another website. The video appeared to show a man claiming to be the mastermind behind the account thefts. He explained that he had infiltrated the game's Zest database and was able to steal accounts by using a program to brute force their passwords. He claimed that he was doing it to raise awareness of the game's security flaws, but many people didn't buy his story. In April of that year, another user posted a link to an article about the game. The article claimed that the game developers had made a major security update that would prevent future account thefts. It also mentioned that they were working with law enforcement to try and catch the person responsible for the thefts that had already occurred. In June, a user posted a link to a live stream. The live stream showed a man claiming to be the person behind the account thefts. He apologized for what he had done and begged for forgiveness. Many people felt that this was just another attempt to distract them and keep the mystery alive. Over the years, more and more people lost interest in the mystery until finally in January of 2018, a user posted a link to a blog post. The blog post explained that the game developers had finally caught the person responsible for the account thefts. His name was never revealed, but he was apparently a former employee who had been fired for stealing game currency. The blog post explained that he had used his knowledge of the game Zest database to steal accounts and that he had done it for financial gain. They also explained that they had worked with law enforcement to catch him and that he was facing criminal charges. To this day, I wonder why he did it. I mean, I get that he probably wanted the money, but why steal all those accounts? Why ruin so many people's lives? So there you have it, another unsolved mystery from the internet. Do you think this was just coincidence or something much bigger? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, then make sure to hit subscribe because I've got plenty more where that came from. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.